The views expressed on the podcast are those of the individuals who made them, and they do not represent the views or beliefs of Job Duck.
Hey, hello to all our fantastic listeners out there. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Pumped Up Quacks. My name is Busi from the Job Duck team, coming to you from sunny South Africa. And I am here with two amazing people, one usual suspect and one unusual one. My people, please make yourselves known.
Hello everyone, I'm Miguel from Colombia.
And hey guys, my name is Mariel and I'm from Honduras.
Thank you so much, Mariel, for joining us. We always love it when we have awesome, amazing guests on the show. Mariel is a part of our team here at Job Duck, and she, I'm just going to say, used to have the coolest name for a role ever, which was Coin Commander. I used to find that so amazing. Anyways, can you imagine the Coin Commander? Dun, 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 dun.
That is a good name. I want to ask a lot of things regarding that, but I'll have to do it after the podcast.
Perfect.
Yeah. And just a quick shout out. We know we are missing one important voice on this panel, and that's Andy. He's not feeling well today and cannot join us, but he'll be back with us next week. Get well soon, Andy.
Get well soon.
Okay, so let's get started with today's riddle. Are you guys ready for the riddle? I just want to hear that you are here and you're ready to go. Give me a yes.
Yes.
First, think of the color of the clouds. Next, think of the color of the snow. Now think of the color of a bright full moon. Now tell me, what do cows drink? But only at the end of the episode, okay? And it is now time for this week's quacky news. People could not believe their ears after learning one family reportedly opted to use a name inspired by a popular Star Wars character for their newborn baby son. Parents love to take inspiration from the big screen when picking out names for their children, and it makes no sense. Why not name your child after someone you hope they'll emulate one day, such as heroes, adventurers, or anything of the sort? But then this particular family decided to name their child Mandalorian Michael. Understandably, most people quickly connected the name to the Disney Plus show, The Mandalorian, and Star Wars jokes quickly flowed. This is not the way. Why not Din instead? And another suggested, how about Mandy for short? And a fan commented that being so attached to a franchise that should name an actual kid after it, while another one just wrote just no. And I guess, yeah, I don't understand why people are so upset about this child going this way. Yes, the kid's name is Mandalorian. What of it? It's not your baby, you know?
Well, that's true. It's not their baby, but it's going to have a difficult childhood. Well,
yeah.
He grows up. But that's like, imagine going to a school, sharing that room with him, and the teacher calls him Mandalorian. Are you here? The jokes are not going to end. I thought buying my son a hamster was a cute idea, until it escaped 3 cages. A woman thought it would be a brilliant idea to buy her son a cute hamster to care for, only realizing just how much mayhem the tiny escape artist would cause after it broke free from 3 different cages. That's it. I
Hamster
don't have any
Houdini.
good jokes. Yeah.
All right, mine is also about animals. So for all animal lovers out there, there's a research project in Australia that has recently just tallied 29 new species that can be removed from Australia's endangered species list, which is very nice. Now they have all mammals, they have birds, frogs, and even a fish that are no longer endangered species.
That's amazing. That's so good. That's
I know,
so great.
it's so exciting. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nature is healing.
Nature's healing, but Australia is still terrifying. They got the world's biggest spiders anyway. It is almost that time of the year, everyone. A magical time of the year, a fantastic time for people who make movies and people who love to watch movies. It is Oscar season, guys. Can we just talk about Oscar season? There's so many amazing movies that we might have seen and might not have seen in this past year. How are you guys feeling? Are you guys followers of award shows like the Oscars?
I am. I like watching the Oscars, even though I didn't watch the last one because I was in a festival. But yeah, I like watching them. Mariel, do you like the Oscars?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely follow them, even though I've not watched all of the movies. I always like seeing the ones that win so that I know which movies I need to watch next.
Right. Who won last year? Do you
Oh
know?
yeah. Like
Oh my God. I don't remember, to be honest.
Coda. I think it was
Coda. Yes, it
Coda,
was
yeah.
Coda. Yes.
Did you watch Coda? Because I haven't.
I didn't either. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I think it's a remake of a French movie. So if you watch that French movie, you're good to go, which I didn't watch also. We have a lot of movies to watch this time. The nominated for Best Picture are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun, Triangle of Sadness, and We Men Talking. Have you watched any of these movies?
I have. Definitely Top Gun is one of my favorites. Great
Right.
remake, in my opinion. I also watched Elvis. I'm not that much of an Elvis fan, but I like the movie. Very nice and entertaining. So I
it
hope
was
it gets.
okay.
Yeah, it was. I mean, to watch once, you get the idea.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And is he nominated for Best Leading Actor? He is.
He
Aston
is.
He
Kutcher,
is.
Yeah.
Do you think he should win?
Oof, I don't know. The best leading actors nominated actors are Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brandon Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal for After Sun, and Bill Nighy Living. I want to watch so bad After Sun and The
Nighy?
Whale, but I haven't watched them, and I want to. But they say like After Sun and The Whale, both of them are super sad, like super sad. So that's why I haven't.
Yeah, I've heard that The Whale is amazing, but you're gonna cry. So be
Okay.
prepared for that. Yeah, I want to watch it as well.
Okay.
Seems nice.
Yeah, it seems like super cool.
Have any of you seen the Banshees of Inisherin?
No, have you?
No, I haven't either.
I have. It's very offbeat. It's not what I don't think whatever you would expect to see in a movie, it's not it. But it's quite interesting. I liked it. Although not to a point where I would say Colin Farrell must win the Oscar, but the performance was amazing.
They say that like he was one of the favorites to win it until Brendan Fraser did what he did, and now he's the favorite one.
And it's Brendan Fraser. We're talking like The Mummy. Wasn't he George of the Jungle?
He was
Very useless
Right.
movies that he's made in the past, and now he's gonna be now he's up for an Oscar. Kudos to you, Brendan. We love to see the growth.
Yeah. Tell me.
I actually am very interested in the actress in a supporting role.
Yes, actress in a supporting role, Angela Bassett for Black Panther, which I watched, which is sad because I only watch Marvel movies now, which is sad
Mhm.
because I'm not fond of them as I used to be. But yeah, Hong Shao for The Whale, Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything All at Once, and Stephanie Su for Everything All at Once. Jamie Lee Curtis has to win just because she's Jamie Lee Curtis. I haven't
For
watched
sure. For sure. I haven't watched it, but she has to win.
Yeah, she has to. It's Jamie Lee Curtis. What would you say, Busi?
Best supporting. Oh no, it's a tough thing. There's a lot of really amazing. Like every movie that's nominated is amazing. First of all, so
Okay.
this is a hard category. I mean, Angela Bassett. She's Angela Bassett. I don't feel like I need to say anymore. I've never seen a woman like she is in the era that she's in, and she's like super jacked, but it's also kind of fly at the same time. And like she was just awesome. So, and then there's Hong Chao and The Whale. I can't offer commentary on that because I haven't seen the movie yet, but everything I've heard about this movie is great. So he's obviously awesome too. Carrie Condon, The Banshees of Inisherin. Yeah, it was good. But Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, I think for me that either Jamie Lee Curtis or Stephanie Sue, one of the two. An intentional rhyme.
Oh, yeah, that happens. And I think we have to go to the best category there is, the most important one in the Oscars, that is original
The
song.
animated one.
Oh, animated one too.
Oh, okay.
Best
Because I
original
know you want to
song.
talk about Puss in Boots.
I will do that because Puss in Boots is the best movie I've ever watched in my life, and I'm not exaggerating. But so we have applause from Diane Warren, Hold My Hand by Lady Gaga from Top Gun. Lady Gaga made a song from Top Gun. Lift Me Up by Rihanna from Black Panther. Natu Natu from Triple R. That is
It's called
And This Is Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. So yeah, those are good nominees. I've heard the songs, and Natu Natu is just fun.
Okay, for me, unpopular opinion. I did not like Lift Me Up. It didn't. I'm sorry. Because the song doesn't paint her voice in the most flattering light, which is why I did not like it. Like, it just sounds, lift me up. Like, that's what it sounds like.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That was great.
Yeah, I will not comment on that. Just to talk about anything different. Best animated feature film. Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots, also the best movie ever, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red, which I liked a lot. Turning Red was a beautiful movie. Mariel, which is your favorite for this one?
I honestly liked Pinocchio. It was a strange take on it, but very nice. But I don't know. I also like Puss in Boots. So whichever of those wins, I'm going to be happy.
You know what? I agree with that. With that statement already is that the best statement I could ever agree on. And you, Busi?
For the animated category, I have not seen Puss in Boots, but I feel like I'm going to love it more than any of the other movies in this category. I've seen 3 of them, and I haven't seen Puss in Boots, but I found the trailer to be so entertaining. I just haven't taken the time to watch it, but
I tend to exaggerate everything because that happens, but I'm not when I'm talking about Puss in Boots. I would say this is going to be a hard take. It's the best movie from the Shrek universe. Even better than Shrek 2. I said it.
okay.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Thank
It's
you.
hard, but I agree. Yes.
Thank you, Mariel. Thank you, Mariel. You're in the right side of life. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I agree with you completely. The Puss in Boots spin-offs were fantastic. But let's actually now talk about the most important, well, according to the Oscars, it's the most important category, which is the Best Picture Award. So just a quick reminder for what's nominated. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of the Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, The Fabelmans, Dar, Top Gun, Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Woman King. Out of these movies, guys, we'll start with Mariel. Which one do you think is the one that deserves to get the little golden guy?
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I really like Top Gun. I'm sorry because I know that there's amazing movies, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. It gave me nostalgia, so I hope it wins. I don't think it's going to win, but I hope it does.
That's a great take.
Okay. Quick correction for myself. I said Woman King. It's called Women Talking.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah. I said that I haven't watched most of these movies, but I need to watch everything everywhere all at once just to have my opinion, and then I would say. But if not, I would say either Top Gun or Triangle of Sadness. Triangle of Sadness is a movie you should watch without eating because it's disgusting.
I want to know, but I don't want to. We'll talk about it after the recording. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you're saying maybe Triangle of Sadness?
Or Top Gun from the one I've watched. Is that I haven't watched, for example, Avatar because 3 hours for me is too much. Like, It's too much, and it's fine. I was not a
Mm,
fan of Avatar, the first one, but they
mm.
say the second one is way better.
Well, for me, I have seen a few of these movies, like All Quiet on the Western Front. I've seen Avatar. I've seen The Banshees of Inisherin. I've seen Elvis. I've seen Everywhere All at Once. Kind of started seeing Top Gun, and then I changed the movie.
Oh,
Why?
oh my God.
I'm
Hard take.
hurt.
Hot take. Hot take.
If I'm only considering what I have seen, I
Mhm.
would say, and it's also because I'm a huge Michelle Yeoh stan, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once should get the little
Yeah.
golden man, I think.
I
That would
think
make me happy. Avatar was great, All Quiet on the Western Front, but all these movies were brilliant in their own right, which is why they are here. But for me, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is the one. But to all our audience members out there, we would love to know your opinions on this topic. We would love to know what your favorite Oscar nominated movies are and who you think would win. So please drop a line for us in the comments. But in the meantime, I just need to remind Miguel and Mariel about our riddle. First, think of the color of the clouds. Next, think of the color of the snow. Now think of the color of a bright full moon. Now tell me, what do cows drink?
If you speak English and you don't have a job, go to jobdoc.com and try it out. JobDoc.
So we are officially into the third month of the year. Everything is moving so fast. And one thing that is significant about the month that we are marching into is that it's International Women's Month, is it not? We have a lot to celebrate and a lot of questions to ask, and we're going to have a cute little Q&A with Mariel because she is part and parcel of what we celebrate in the month of March, right?
Yeah.
When you hear about Women's Day, what do you think of? Like, what does it mean to you?
Women empowerment for sure. That's the first thing that comes to mind, like celebrating all of the accomplishments that women have all around the world.
that's a great answer.
Yeah.
I have a question also, is that working at JobDoc, where most of the people who work here are mostly women, right? How do you feel working in this environment?
Honestly, it's great because it's not only like a working environment, you're working amongst friends, right? You can get to chat and you discover maybe other cultures and how they celebrate Women's Day. So it's great, to be able to share with people from all over the world that maybe you wouldn't get the chance to in another sort of work environment.
Right. That is completely true. And have you
Yeah.
find like different traditions regarding this day among your colleagues, for example?
Yeah, one of the main ones is that here in Honduras, we have two Women's Day. We have the international one in March, but we also celebrate it in January here. So
Oh,
we get celebrated twice, which is something that it doesn't happen in every country, So now I was able to share with all of my teammates, like, hey, this is Honduras Women's Day. So, congratulating all of the other team members from Honduras, which was nice.
oh, that's so cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay. As a woman, do you feel like you are valued in our company?
Honestly, ever since I started working for the JobDoc, I feel like I have a voice, right? I feel that my opinions are going to be heard, that anything that I suggest will be taken into consideration, which has not always been the case, right? So now I feel that, yes, I do have a voice as a woman, as a team member. So yeah, definitely a huge change for me. And it's been amazing to be able to voice out anything that I feel might be able to be better a certain way, or anything that I feel like I might be able to change, and I voice it out, it gets taken into consideration. So it's amazing.
That is
so cool.
amazing.
Yeah. So almost all of our leaders are women, and that is, for me and everyone in JobDoc, it's super normal, but I think everyone from outside could watch it as something uncommon. How do you feel of that, of having most of the team leaders being women? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, as a woman myself, it feels great, to see that we are growing within the company. All of my leaders within the department are women, and we've grown so much. We've just achieved so much together, and they lead us in a way that we feel that we are being taken into consideration. It's not just like this way or that, or my way or the highway. So it's nice to be able to be led by somebody that's empowered and at the same time is helping you to feel empowered yourself. So yeah, I know that sometimes, well, in most companies, as you mentioned, it's not that way, but here at the Job Doc, I feel that it's working perfectly, right? We've grown so much, and a lot of it is because of the leaders that we have.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I know this is a different perspective of everything, but as a man working at this company and our leaders being women, it feels completely different from what I'm used to, and it actually feels better. It feels more organized, and it feels more, you feel heard, which is something, it's difficult, and it's difficult to say even as a man in this man's world, right?
Well, Miguel, for you as a man, what does Women's Day mean to you? What do you think about when you hear International Women's Day?
So there's a lot of things that I would think of, and I would think about first and foremost is justice and what it means to be a man, trying to understand what is to be a woman, right? Because obviously we have different perspectives, and I will never know your perspective, but I'm trying to understand that. And it's difficult to see that, but you can see from working with colleagues that are females, knowing the struggles they had behind it and what happens with it and all of that. And for me, it's really interesting to understand that perspective and to try to help and support them in everything they can, and try to also understand there's a privilege of being a man, right? So obviously it's hard to talk about it in this way, being a man, but I do think it's about equality, support, and trying to help always.
Both of you guys, who are some women, whether they're close right next to you or far or thousands of years back in time? Well, you won't know anyone that's in the future because duh. But what are some women that you revere on a day like this? Like, drop some names.
Well, it's gonna sound super cliche, but my mother. Ever since I was a little girl, always looking up to my mom, and yeah, she's like my biggest idol. So yeah, for sure, the person that I'm going to celebrate the most, well, both in International Women's Day and here the local Women's Day, is definitely my mother.
Yeah, I would say the same, which is really funny because my mother had 3 sons, and she has 2 grandchilds that are men too. She has always been surrounded by men, and she's our leader, and we support her in everything. And that's why she being that strong woman and showing us the correct way of thinking. Well, there's not a correct way of thinking, but a different perspective of what would you have with men as a leader. So that's why we celebrate her, and that's why we admire her for being so strong and teaching us the right way. And yeah. And how about you, Busi?
Oh my word. I'm gonna have to say my mom too, guys.
No pressure.
No. It's the safest answer, and it's the correct answer most of the time.
It's the correct answer, because I wouldn't be here giving you this answer if it weren't for her, first of all. So kudos to her. But I actually did ask my mom what being a woman means to her a couple of days ago. And she talked a lot, because she talks a lot. But if I had to summarize what she said, she basically painted a picture of her experience as a woman, where she spent her life basically having to, I think multitasking is an understatement. If I had to list everything that she was handling at any given point in her life, especially after she had us, her children, where she said that not only was she trying to build her own career, she was also being a mom, she was being a wife, she was being a supportive sister, she was being a great daughter. She was doing all of that, everything, everywhere, all at once. Ha, it fits. And it might sound like it's hard, you know, if you look at what she's saying, especially like an extremely literal point of view. But in actual fact, that is actually the woman's experience. You know, very often that is exactly what women need to do. They are multitasking whether they want to or not. It's very hard for you to focus on this one linear thing when there's so many people who need you. You know, you're coordinating a lot of things. So, you know, I appreciate that about women, that we've got the strength to do that. And one thing I also admire about my mom is that she always wanted to, she grew up in a generation where women were always seeking permission from a man to do things. A man always had to have the say just for them to make a career choice, which was exactly the case with my mom. She needed to seek permission from one of her brothers in order to study what she wanted to study, which right now in 2023, I find extremely bizarre. But it's not a unique situation. This happened all over the world, you know? But somehow, some way, she has become this amazing person. She persevered, and she would always say that the reason why she continued to study and continued to work in spite of everything else that she had going on, especially taking care of us, was because she wanted to show us, the girl children, that it doesn't matter what people are saying to you out there. If you want to do something, you can damn well do it. And that's the example that she set. She wasn't ever expected by anyone in her family to be holder of a master's degree and a holder of an MBA and to have this title and have traveled the world and done all these amazing things, because she grew up in a world where men would never ever allow you to do that. But she's done it, and so many other women have done it. And because they have done it, I can do it too, and I'm going to do it. So I draw inspiration from that.
That was super inspirational, Busi.
Yeah, it was super inspirational. Like, it's unfortunate that that women have had to spend their lives fighting just to be in this world on equal footing as everybody else. But it was done, and we're all sitting here and working for this amazing company where now most, if not, no, actually, yeah, most of the leadership team is made up of women. And I think that's amazing, guys.
Yeah,
don't you?
It is.
100%, yeah.
Okay, guys, so we all love our moms, but any closing thoughts about Women's Month? Something that you want people to keep in mind as we march through the month of March?
I guess that, well, there's a long way to go still with women, you know, and all that we can achieve, but we're getting there. Every little thing that somebody can do, you know, just try to speak out as a woman, you know, just every time that you have an opinion, just speak out. And I don't know, basically, don't let anybody overpower you. Try to be as powerful, as empowered as possible.
Yeah. And my closing thought would be to always be willing to listen to different opinions, and especially if you're a man. And most of the time people would just talk over other opinions. That's why the mansplaining word exists. And yeah, try to listen more, try to be more understanding and more comprehensive of other opinions, because maybe yours is not the correct one, and maybe that's why as a man sometimes we're not moving on. We should move on together, not as people think there's just one gender moving on. We should move together as always and help all the other genders as we can.
Well, I think I agree. I agree with the both of you. And I can also say that in as much as we all love our mothers, we still have a riddle to solve. I think it's time, don't you?
It is time.
First, think of the color of the cloud. Think of the color of the snow. Now think of the color of a bright full moon. Now answer quickly and tell me, what do cows drink?
Water.
It's water. Another victory in Riddletown. Yes, and I tried this one specifically because I asked someone different earlier today. And they did actually say milk because they were thinking of all the white images in their heads.
Oh, you need to know who was the victim, but I will know later.
My partner was the victim. He immediately said milk. And I'm like, that's the riddle. That is the one. Okie dokie. Well, thank you so much, guys, for the conversation we've had today. Mariel, thank you so much for joining us today. We would like to wish you an amazing and even more amazing Women's Month. Same to you, Miguel. Everybody, everywhere, all at once. Everyone, everywhere, happy International Women's Month. And if you want to know more about JobDuck, or if you want to apply for one of our positions, please visit our website at www.jobduck.com. You can also hang out with us and apply on social media too. On Instagram, we are at The Job Duck. On Facebook, we are The Job Duck. On LinkedIn, we are The Job Duck. On Twitter, we are at @the_Job Duck. On TikTok, we are at The Job Duck. And if you have the interest, you can also find us on
Pinterest.
That's
right.
Yes. Thank you so much to our listeners out there. Please let us know more about who you think is an inspirational woman in your life in the comments, and we will see you on the next one. Ciao.
See ya.
Thank you.